Hey guys, it's Suncorrupt76 here today, and I'd like to review this game called Space Lords. It's a pretty cool game that I've been engulfed in for the past 5 months now, and I just want to raise awareness for this game because I believe it has great potential. Space Lords is a game that has been developed and published by Mercury Steam, and originally this game was called Raiders of the Broken Planet when it first came out on September 22nd, 2017. Okay, so throughout this video, I'm going to keep referring to Space Lords / Raiders of the Broken Planet as Space Lords, just to, keep a better matchment of the time of this video. But I was going to say, Space Lords, when it first came out, it was a pay-to-get the campaigns type of game. Mercury Steam rebranded their game to free-to-play on August 23rd, 2018, after having problems with their player base during the Raiders of the Broken Planet era. Then as a result of Mercury Steam rebranding their game, I have been sucked into it once more since I originally played Raiders of the Broken Planet when it came out, but initially was turned off by the paywall campaigns. Now that you're caught up by a little history of this game, I'm going to get to the meat of the subject and give my opinion on what I think of the game. There's going to be some positives and negatives to this review. Also, just a fair bit of warning, in Space Lords, I'm not going to lie, but you're going to die a lot. You're going to get killed a lot. It's like Dark Souls all over again, Prepare to Die edition. But that's just part of the learning curve of the game too. Let's get into what I think about the game. We're going to talk about the positive of Space Lords. Space Lords is a pretty fun game, honestly, but it has a few issues, and I'm not going to deny that. The game itself, however, does have quite a few positives. For example, Space Lords has amazing gameplay with brawling controls. I've seen that a few people comparing the brawling gameplay to the likes of Dark Souls, and I agree with that idea, except that the characters in this game can end your life in one move. Grapple.
You will die.
What the fuck?
Space Lords has a great roster of 19 characters. There's only 17 characters technically, since Mercury Steam is going to be releasing 2 new characters soon, and Aneska currently will be launching this next week on the 31st, and I'm very excited for that. Every character has a unique ability, whether it be flying, astral projection, or setting holograms down. Those are just some of the examples that characters can do, and then there's so much more abilities. I really do like that this game focuses on melee combat rather than having a huge emphasis on guns. And guns are useful in this game, but melee is the way to go. Melee beats guns in this game simply for the fact that you can stun lock the opposition and give them no chance to raise a gun to you. Also, the fighting system just plays like rock, paper, scissors. It's just you got know when to grapple, know when to melee, and when to roll. Space Lords actually has a pretty damn interesting story, and I'm looking forward to the continuation of the campaign. The story of Space Lords is different in the sense that you can get the opportunity to play 4 different campaigns that involve all of the raiders in the same way or another. The option is yours on what path you take. The campaign has great cinemax too, and the voice actors are entertaining as well, since they fit their characters well. And they also have a lot of personality behind their characters as well, whether they be a little quirky dough or, a little bit of crazy,
Me a little kooky.
or a little violent, you never know, or sarcastic.
Fuck yeah!
Space Lords also offers up a unique mode called Antagonist, where you essentially fight against a team of raiders in the campaign in the style of PvP while having it being PvE with a bunch of NPCs chasing them down. And your sole objective as an antagonist is you can either disrupt the raiders' mission or you can kill them all till they run out of lives. Space Lords also has an interesting card system where you can pick cards that can either boost your character abilities or to enhance their HP, strength, and speed. Every faction has their own cards as well, and every raider also has their own very special set of cards that can enhance their abilities. And now, we're going to move on to the negatives of Space Lords. The negatives. Space Lords, like everything else, is flawed. and its flaws stem from the multiplayer mostly. One of the biggest issues I and many others have with Space Lords is that matchmaking sucks since it takes forever to find a match. The longest I've waited in this game to get in a match was like an hour. Mercury Steam needs to work on this.
The good thing too about Mercury Steam is at least they actually listen to their community. And because of our concerns with the connection error issues that we all seem to keep running into, Mercury Steam has solved this by adding a troubleshoot in the menu now where we can file reports of our own problems that we keep running into when we try to find a match or having trouble connecting. And this just shows how much of an impact we as a small community and our feedback have on Mercury Steam.
Another problem Space Lord suffers from is that it has this matchmaking system called MMR. And MMR essentially matches you with people who have the same MMR as you.
And where MMR really starts to run into a problem is when a veteran player has low MMR and they get connected with a newbie player that has the same MMR, and it may cause an issue where the mission's difficulty is high and the AI's difficulty as well is high, and it could force the newbie to have a bad experience. But then again, this is Space Lord, so you gotta get good. But this also may be the sole reason why there's not a lot of new players as well in this game, honestly. But yeah, MMR has a few issues here and there with matching people together, and I think there should be somewhat of a better. I think this could be done better, but I don't know. This will be left up to Mercury Steam and our feedback, honestly.
Even though I mentioned that antagonist mode was a positive, it can be a negative as well since it can expose new players or veteran players to unfair matches. Noobs can literally get wrecked by the level hundreds, or sometimes a noob antag can get their world destroyed by veteran raiders. The game Space Lord, since it is in a oversaturated market of free-to-play games, it suffers from a brutal grind that can turn off many noobs who barely get into the game. Microtransactions are also a part of the game as well, but luckily the only thing that they impact are purely cosmetic or in-game currency known as Mercury coins or
Mercury points.
In summary, I'm trying to raise awareness for this game because I really believe it's an underrated free-to-play game with a great personality that deserves a chance. It has been a great ride writing for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. For now, it has been your host, SonofCrypt76, and I'll see you on the Broken Planet.